The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Maeve's and the Garavogue Bar.
See what I got, right? I've had the same coffee cup for probably 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
Same takeaway coffee cup. Nicola got me this for Father's Day.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I don't believe in those thermal things. They never work.
Yeah.
I left it in the car for 8 hours.
And it was still hot.
I still sucked out of it.
Go
That's
away.
8 hours. I said, there's no shagging way that lasted as long as it lasted.
I'll tell you, Mark, I think they're a fad.
But I'm telling you, they're not a fad because I'm telling you it worked.
The reason I think they're a fad is why does anybody need... Like, tea culture in this country, it's gone strange.
Yeah, but I don't drink tea.
Well, what do you drink? Coffee? Is
That's
it?
coffee.
Okay.
I'm pure Americanized now.
Yeah, you
In
are.
fact, I drink an Americano. And even with my hat as well.
Yeah.
I might take off that hat. I don't know why I have it on me.
The tea thing. So when I make a cup of tea,
Yeah.
I drink it within 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And it's not the same when you make it in one of them cups because it's unnaturally, it doesn't deteriorate the way a normal cup of tea deteriorates. Like when I put it in a normal cup in the kitchen, within 3 minutes, it's even more pleasurable to drink it because it has reduced in temperature slightly.
I don't agree with that.
Whereas
okay.
that particular flask of thermal thingy,
Yeah.
that just keeps it at like a really hot level. So it's never nice.
No, it's
So
always
I have
nice
the
then.
whole, and then it might be nice in 2 hours. I don't know.
No, it will be. It'll still be nice.
But I don't know the exact timing it takes. I don't understand them.
See, Ray, I'm quite cosmopolitan. Okay,
Yeah.
you're a very old-fashioned gentleman. I would fit in if I. What's the name of that square where all the Slisters are in Dublin? What's the name of that? There's every
Marion Square.
could be Marion Square.
Right.
I'd fit in sitting around there with those big dicks.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'd be drinking a wee coffee out of my wee cup.
Yeah.
Right. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah.
I have loads of money, so I
Yeah.
can afford to think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Coffee is better when it's hot.
Right.
Unless it's the middle of summer, and sometimes a nice mocha is nice, Ray.
What's a mocha?
A mocha is coffee with a little bit of chocolate flavour in it.
Oh.
And you can have that iced because it takes away the sting of it. But I drink coffee black.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley-
That's what my coffee should look.
Didn't you say that's the brand of your tea as well, did you like?
Did I?
Yeah.
I keep using that too much,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Would you consider that to be like racist, maybe? It's just something to say.
Probably, yeah.
It's not. It's not.
You'd
really.
have to ask Wesley. How
It's
does he
not
feel
really.
about
Do
it?
you know what I mean? Like, if someone said I look like Casper the Ghost, I wouldn't go, racist. Boo, 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 boo. Big
I
thing
am
goes
delighted.
off, you know?
Did you never have a keepy cup before, no?
No, I did. I had one for years and years, but not one that kept it. Actually, kept
Oh, it was a cheap one.
No, it wasn't. It was an expensive one.
How did it not
Because
keep
there's
it
a
warm?
problem a couple of years ago because it wasn't. It's what it's made out of. Excuse me, this is made out of bamboo extract, so it's not plastics. It's not natural plastics, you guys. That's what I'm saying. I would have
gotcha.
fucking fit in
You
around there.
had the bamboo cup.
Yeah, the bamboo cup, the big
didn't keep
bamboo
it,
cup
yeah.
on me. The big bamboo cup. But no, this one now is genuinely keeping it warm for ages and ages. And do you know where that benefits you, Raymond?
Where?
Again, middle class Kendy here.
Yeah.
If you're out as golfing as a gentleman,
Oh, yeah.
you can keep this, fill it up to the top of it. There's
Yeah.
2 coffee fit in that, like 2 standard coffee. I know it doesn't look like much, Ray, but it does some damage.
I hope everybody's signed up to Patreon at this point, and I hope the TVs are working.
Yeah, but there will be, and last week's will be as well, and everything will be, and the world is great. This will keep it going when you're playing golf as well.
Okay.
I'm in my middle class era,
I
as
don't
Taylor
under-
Swift
like
would say, but I don't have the money to back it up.
If I was
I
to
am
go-
financially ruined.
If I was to go golfing,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be thinking to myself, I need to stop after a couple of holes for a cup of tea.
Oh, but that's so. Ireland doesn't do this well. If you golf abroad in the Medic,
Yeah.
right?
Coffee
You go
shops.
to any resort place in the Medic,
Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah.
California,
Yeah.
or any of those places,
Yeah.
there is what they call halfway houses, and there'll be a kiosk or a shop
Oh.
after 9 hole.
Right.
So you play 9 hole.
And then you stop.
You'd say I have a just thirst and I wouldn't mind a sausage roll, and then you would go into this place.
Yeah.
They do it in the UK as well. They're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
We don't do it that well
No.
here, really. If you're golfing
We
right
fill in
golf in
stations.
Strandhill, you can have a piss after 8. That's it then.
Can you?
Yeah, there's a pair of toilets after 8 hole.
It's
Or
fun.
after like 6 hole, actually.
Yeah.
And then you're on the home stretch in, you can't be pissing again.
Imagine a filling station after 9 holes. That's the Irish equivalent, like. Isn't it?
A full deli.
A full apple green.
Yeah.
With just no pumps. Yeah. Do you know what's mighty about filling stations? M&S has come into the Irish market in conjunction with Apple Green. And the problem is, typical now again, the West not getting
That's
looked
middle
after.
class.
Yeah, they're not. I have to say I'm a fan of the M&S stuff because everything's delicious.
Yeah,
You know, even their microwave meals. I bought a Tesco Finest chicken korma there the last day, thinking
Rotten.
I was going to be marvellous.
was rotten.
I was sick out of my head for the whole night after it.
No, they're puck. Any of those microwave beans are usually puck.
But the M&S ones are delicious.
Are they fuck?
They taste like your mother just cooked it.
And tell me this then.
Not an ad.
M&S brought you by. So tell me this then. So you know those pre-packed Hello Fresh. You know those yolks.
Right, yeah.
Hello?
I bought one this evening.
Hello Fresh.
Yeah,
You know those
I have
things.
a turkey and ham dinner at home from Hello Fresh.
But are they microwave meals?
They are microwave, yeah.
So
They're not too bad.
we've always been taught like, oh yeah, the microwave meals are all big, all processed, all pucky out, sour out, shite.
Yeah.
But if you get Hello Fresh, then is it?
That's something that they've literally cooked yesterday and frozen.
Oh,
or
okay.
refrigerated.
Okay.
So they're actually, that is kind of your mother cooking it. So in fairness to
So your mother works for Hello Fresh?
No, and I'm sure Hello Fresh.
She's fucking up to her eyes in the kitchen, like she's like, if the health inspector's on the way over, and I've 36 kormas to send out to fucking Castlebar.
Imagine if Hello Fresh was just a collection of thousands of different Irish
Mothers.
mammies working like a little sideline.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Basically, their
Oh.
quota is I have to make 20 extra dinners a week. And sure, why wouldn't I? Because I'm making dinners anyway.
And they'd be delighted. And I think that'd be a great thing for retired parents. Like,
Yeah.
because my mother does be twiddling thumbs nowadays,
Yeah.
you know, wondering what will I do.
Yeah.
She could, no, she's a terrible cook, but she could.
yeah. That she'll really appreciate you
She
saying
could
that now.
fucking. No, she wasn't. It's not that she was a terrible cook, she was a nervous cook.
Yeah. My mother's getting experimentative in her later years.
At that age.
Yeah, at that
Sorry,
age.
Carmen. But I would have thought that once all the kids are out of the house,
Yeah, herself and Michael took to experimenting there in the last couple of years.
he's eating sushi all of a sudden now.
No,
She's so.
what used to be fairly standard dinners, like you'd have chicken, potatoes, and vegetables.
She made us a curry every night. Go on,
Now
Ian.
you're getting chicken that goes in a stir fry. So she's clearly buying the diced chicken bit, and she has it with potatoes. But then she has the stir fry sauce over the chicken and the potatoes, and then she throws in a random spinach or something. So she's experimenting. Now she doesn't know how to put it all together, but it works.
That sounds like someone cooking in St. Loman's Hospital.
I seen it.
What are you making there, Shamey?
Where's St. Loman's?
Mullingar.
Is it? Because it's a closed down hospital, isn't it?
Well, all psychiatric asylums
Yeah.
in Ireland are either changed over
To the Clayton.
to the Clayton. Like we had St. Columbus in Sligo.
Yeah.
In Castlereagh we had one. I probably told the story before, but
Yeah.
in Castlereagh we had one.
Yeah.
St. Loman's, one of the biggest ones is St. Bridget's in Ballinasloe.
Yeah.
And all of them in the early 90s or the late 80s, they decided these places aren't great anymore. It's probably not the modern way of dealing with psychiatric patients.
Yeah.
I mean, they were doing electro stuff in there.
Yeah.
You know, you could just sign in a relative into one of those hospitals.
Good times. I've thought about my father lately.
Wow,
Me and him butting heads at home. I said, you know something? I can sign you in at this point.
But you can't anymore, you see. It's a disgrace the way
Yeah,
this country's
that's
gone.
why he's
The
still in the
EU.
house.
You bring in the EU in 1973 and all of a sudden you can't sign anyone in.
Yeah.
But what they used to do back in the day was huge families. There wasn't a connie to be seen, Ray, back in the fucking 70s in Ireland. A condom.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your aunt.
That's not my...
Your aunt-in-law.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go, Connie. That's because she listens. And Ray has now likened you to contraception.
Sorry, Connie.
So there you go.
Yeah. Sure, I'm sure.
You'll never live that down now
Sorry
ever
about that
again.
now.
Anyway, contraception was not to be seen.
Yes.
Huge families in Ireland.
Big ones.
Hard times
Yeah,
in rural Ireland. What would happen is, genuinely, people would like sign in one of the or two of the kids for the winter. So
Oh.
that they didn't have to feed them and stuff.
Oh.
So they'd be signed into Lomans, into the one in Castlereagh, into
Awful
Bridget's,
stuff.
and that's what they used to do.
Yeah.
And there'd be electro treatments and all that kind of crack done there. But all those places are gone now. And fuck me if I've told this before, I don't care. I think it's interesting. What happened in Castlereagh was they used to build these mental institutions outside of the town to keep the loonies away from the normal population. And I say that like, is it facetious? Is that what I would say?
Yeah.
Like that would have been the
Well,
what
if it's
they would
not,
have
Luke
thought.
will come back and tell us. That
Yeah,
it's not
thanks,
correct
Lukey.
for-
Let us know there. That's what they would have taught us. Let's keep those people away. So they would have built them a couple of miles outside town.
Yeah.
The thing with Sligo is Sligo then expanded
And then next thing
further
they
and
were
further.
in town.
Next thing they're right next to them. You know what I mean? Up in Columbus. In Castlereagh, they built it all outside town. In the late 80s, they said, we can't really be doing this no more. This isn't right, keeping these patients in here like this, and we need to restructure the mental health system in Ireland.
Yeah.
What will we do with all the buildings? We better find something. And Castlereagh decided, well, it's already outside the town, away from everyone. If you don't have mental patients in it, let's just put prisoners in it
Oh,
instead.
that's
then.
how the prison happens.
So the prison used to be
The mental
the
institution.
mental institution in
Oh.
Castlereagh. So they said, so apparently,
I don't think you told that before.
No.
Or if you did, I wasn't listening.
apparently the story goes, and you can search this and let me know if I'm right or wrong on this, but I think I'm right. There was a choice back in the day as to with county council and the government as to what they were going to do with the building once they were closing down a lot of these mental institutions.
Yeah.
And there was an ag college to be built somewhere in the west of Ireland.
What is it now?
Montbellier.
You're after calling it something there now that most people, especially our international listeners, will not know what you're talking about.
An ag college is an agricultural institution of education.
For farmers.
To go in and look at
learn
lovely
about
cars.
fencing and how do you pull that there.
The tumbling paddies and everything. You learn about all of it.
Tractor. Come on,
like eyebrow piercing out of John Deere. Yeah. So, but no. So they were an agricultural college is, to learn about all that. And I don't know if it's the one that ended up in Montbellier, but the debate would have been, well, will we have an ag college or will we have a prison?
Yeah.
And I think the people decided, there'd be more jobs for local people in a prison than there would be.
Oh, there would, yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things,
it would have been great for the nightlife in Castlereagh.
Yeah, the
couple
nightlife
of horny
in Castle,
farmers tipping round.
Yup, you buy it.
Yeah.
Ray. Montbellier's buzzing now. You ever get out in Montbellier? Oh, it's buzzing, Ray.
I stayed in Montbellier for 1 week.
Did you?
In a bed and breakfast while I was working for a home installation, like home cinema systems installation company.
Jesus
you
Christ.
probably don't think you know me at all.
I don't know you at all.
I did 6
you
months.
wired up HDMIs?
I did after my failed experience as a wannabe electrician. I started with a company down in Menlock in County Galway.
Oh yeah,
and they put
Menla.
in like,
don't be calling it Menlock now.
Menlock.
Sound American.
Yeah,
Menla.
Menlock.
Yeah, it's
and
Menla.
they put in like smart homes where they'd have like this big cabinet in one of the smaller rooms and everything's and speakers in every room and all little panels and all that. I was shite at it. I didn't work out very well at all.
And they did not work. No one went for them. They were shite as well.
They did. Like a lot of people went for them, and they still do. Like I'd be wiring up if I happened to be getting into a house that wasn't over 100 years old. I'd definitely want to wire it up with a load of Cat 6 cable.
No, that's different now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, a load of Cat 6 is a great idea.
Yeah, and you can do everything with it then.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
They just want cinemas in every room, like.
Yeah.
You'd be sitting in the jacks. And
no, what I'm saying, the problem is like people were like, you won't believe this. I got a 32-inch telly. It's massive, and we're going to build it into the wall. And then, like in 5 years, the technology changes.
Now, what I couldn't get over is people wanting to be able to access their radio in every room in the house.
That's the part, and intercoms,
or to play their favorite CD in any room in the house.
A load of shite.
And you can actually on the little keypad as you go into the living room, you can go in and select Led Zeppelin Immigrant Song and press play, and then you have it playing in your living room.
That didn't work. Bluetooth speakers then obviously wiped that 10 years later, like just wiped it out the fucking door.
Well, anyway, I stayed in Montbellier for 1 week, and it was the most depressing week of my life. So I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see any nightlife in Montbellier. Is Montbellier a horrible place?
No, Montbellier's a lovely, lovely place.
Is it?
Ray, full of real vibrant people.
Is there a Yeah.
So the thing in Montbellier is the agricultural college in Montbellier is, Brendan, will you Google this? Is it run by Christian Brothers? It's
couldn't be.
It's
how did they?
Franciscan Brothers. Is
oh,
it?
Good.
It is now a part of the ATU, which is what I was going to get to. So the ATU, we're recording on an ATU campus right now. A couple of years ago, all of these ITs and educational institutions amalgamated, became the ATU. Montbellier was one of them.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of working the whole way through that.
Yeah.
Where the ATU got turned over to from IT Sligo, LYIT, all them. I've been on every ATU campus multiple times.
What was your favourite?
Montbellier.
Was it?
It was the most. Yes. It was founded by Franciscan Brothers in the agricultural college.
Odd thing for them
so
to get into.
I met. They brought in this real old gentleman.
What do monks know about farming?
But sure, Ray, they know
I
the
suppose
land.
they started it.
They know the land better than anyone, Ray.
They do, yeah, and they own most of it.
I know, but it's the same as any institution, any educational institution in Ireland. It was like most of the landscape was owned by
the church. Yeah, so that do something with it as well.
So yeah, if you wanted to do anything, you had to ask them to do it. Like that's why 96% of the primary schools are fucking they're run by Catholic. Anyway, the point is, when it was changing over to the HU, I met one of the old Christian brothers in Montbellier, or one of the old Franciscan brothers, sorry, who had been all over the world. The guy was, Lord, I don't want to insult him. He looked like he was 140.
Right.
But fuck me, he could talk.
Right.
Well able, world experience in this fella.
Yeah.
Of all the campuses I was on, and they're all brilliant, fair play to them all, Montbellier was the most real. Because these are all huge developed communities here of professional education, as is Montbellier, but they were the realest people going, right?
That's nice.
I was the most related to them.
Right, well, obviously you felt closest to them. You'd be the big Galway fan that you are, like.
Oh, here, now let's not get into this now.
Yeah, no. Very interesting now. So this actually, hold on now.
I had a lot of video. Sarah Plass, I love you, lovey. I had a lot of video shared by her, and I just kept thinking, my Castlereagh compadres are going to be looking at this going, Is that flute still going around following Galway?
Let's talk about Sarah Plas.
Yeah.
Or the Plasinator, as I like to call her. Sarah Plas, and we always refer to her as her full name, Sarah Plas. I don't know why that is, but she is a German lady.
She is.
That has taken a shine to this country.
She has.
And
Sligo in particular.
And Sligo in particular, and we've had the pleasure of getting to know her over the last while.
Yeah.
On this particular occasion, now she's visited many times, but on this occasion now I've probably seen more of her than I normally would see, because she has developed quite the friendship with our Laura.
That's right.
And after we're doing things the whole time. But it's interesting that when Sarah came over here, it turns out that Sarah was given a sample of our two favourite things. So your favourite thing and my favourite thing. So on Sunday, was it? You went to see Galway versus Armagh, GEA.
Yeah, it was in Markovich, which is great.
Yeah, and she got video footage of you actively supporting Galway.
Yeah, there was very actively supporting.
And she said that's a great clip because she's marvellous at the video photography.
She is.
And she said, do you mind if I post that online? You said, no, you can't do that.
No, I said you can post it online. But I warned her that I'm going to have to double think about sharing it because I still have that. Do you want me to explain it now or do you want to keep going with what you're saying?
No, I'll let you explain it there now.
Okay, let me explain it there properly. Yeah. Okay, so here's what happened. A persuasive mother, as we all have.
I thought you were going to tell me you found yourself accidentally at the match on Sunday and didn't realise it wasn't Roscommon.
I grew up in the 90s in Castlereagh County, Roscommon.
You told me this. Sure.
Yeah, my father's a very quiet man. And my mother
quiet Roscommon man.
Very persuasive Galway woman.
Very good, yeah.
Now, Mum has a background in it. She played football for Galway. She won All Ireland.
She manipulated you into supporting a county outside of your county.
I don't have a choice. I have nothing against Roscommon.
Yeah.
I'd follow Roscommon if they were I wouldn't be like, I'd love to see Roscommon winning as well.
But they don't.
They don't, which does help a bit.
At least you can switch to Galway and go, I have some chance.
But I just got caught in this.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
And if you were to say,
but you have to embrace this now.
You
have to share that clip of you reacting well to the Galway successes.
But you have to realise, Ray, what happens in small town rural Ireland.
But you don't live there.
I know, but I have a lot of friends there.
Oh, do you think they'll be persecuted?
No.
Do you think people will spit on them? You were hanging around that Kendy fella
like a leper. No, you just don't want to. I don't want to be rubbing it in people's face that don't forget now that I don't follow everything that you follow. You know what I mean? A little bit. So I'd quietly like to support them in the comfort of my own
I don't know.
head.
I think you're lying to people.
No, I'm not lying to people. Don't be saying that. I'm not a big fake. Don't be saying that. I was there in 1998. I watched Galway win. 2001. I watched them win All Ireland.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've watched them lose plenty of hurling All Ireland.
She said she very much enjoyed the GA experience with you.
She did, yeah.
And then I gave her my favourite activity on Sunday evening, where she sat down.
Wrapping cables.
No, she sat down for a full hour and watched an episode of Love Island. And she was disgusted. She was absolutely disgusted.
So,
it's an hour of her life she'll never get back.
Yeah, so let's think about this, right? This woman is coming over to experience Irish culture, and she has completely immersed herself in the arts, right, for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay? Coming over to Sligo and the west of Ireland, and all over Ireland, really, and just completely being immersed in the arts and music and all that. And I said to her, let's go, I'll show you my culture in Ireland, right? And the other side of Ireland, the reason that people work every day, 9 to 5 every day, just so they can spend £25 on a ticket to go and support their team at the weekend. And I said, wait till you see the passion and what happens in this ground. It's something magical for an amateur sport. And you said, I think Joey Essex is shifting someone. Do you want to watch that?
Yeah. But this is now don't poo-poo it now.
I will poo-poo, because you told me that I would dirty rotten, what did you say, scumbag or something? What did you say again?
Don't poo-poo it.
Dirty, scummy, ignorant bastard. Something you said.
There is a huge swathe of people in this country that spend 6 nights a week sitting in watching Love Island.
Yeah, they're mostly 22-year-old women.
And she needed to see
they're
this.
They're mostly 22-year-old women, Ray. And you.
Yeah.
A 40-year-old man.
I'm going to rock in here now in a couple of weeks with the lips done. I'll have all the
I
jobs.
can't believe that you made... She flies over here from fucking Central Europe and you tell her, let's sit down here and watch a bit of Love Island together.
What she can't get over is that obviously...
Has she seen it before?
No,
was this a new experience?
No, and she didn't realise it was a German version as well, which I informed her there was a German version, which is called something Herr Liebe, which is Hot Love and Flirts.
Hot love and flirtings.
Yes, flirtings in the German.
Yeah.
But what she couldn't get over was, and this is a topic of conversation at the moment, the lovely ladies that are in the Love Island villa
don't look like women. Yeah.
Do look like women, but they look like older women because they are in their 20s. They're all in their early to mid 20s, and they all look like they're in their late 30s, early 40s.
Are you trying to tell me that cosmetic surgery, when done too young, reverses the other way around?
Yes, apparently so. That what happens is, and apparently it's not regulated in Britain.
Yeah.
So in other words, anyone can do a short course and actually
They're getting botch jobs.
They can throw a little Botox into their friend's face.
Yeah,
But
it's
what's happened
crazy.
now is they seem to have all had it done, but it looks like they've all got stung by a bee and had a reaction.
Oh my God, I'm glad you're saying that, Ray. Because sometimes I do feel bad because like men do grooming stuff too. Like we all do stuff that tries to make us look better.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think that there's a line you cross.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of young ladies nowadays. Can I just say this, right? I think Irish women are the most beautiful women in the world.
Yeah.
Right? As naturally as they look. Right? And there's nothing wrong with doing some work and stuff.
No, and in fairness, some of it can be improvement work.
No, it is.
Yeah.
And we all do it like.
Yeah.
Everyone does things to make themselves look better. You
I'm
know?
thinking about getting the teeth whitened.
There you go. That's one part of it.
Apparently,
Absolutely.
I will look younger.
No, absolutely. Like, and there's people who go to Turkey and get the gruig.
The hair,
Yeah.
I'd do it if I had the time and the money.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there's definitely people who do. I think that there's sometimes people go a little bit too far with it, and then they don't look like people anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and I would look at a lot of Love Island girls, as beautiful and lovely as they are, but I wouldn't. I'd be like, does that really look like somebody?
Yeah.
You don't see the expression in the face. You don't see this.
Yeah.
Bit on all its
I
story.
haven't seen. There's been a lot of crying on the show. I haven't seen a single
Not
tear.
one tear, Ray.
Not one tear has been shed.
Honest to God, they're like cement that was put down in 1960.
Yeah.
That there's cracks in it. There's fucking. Do you know, we're about to repave that. Like, they'll have to repave it every 5 years as well. Then, you know, is that the thing? But maybe we're wrong though. I would genuinely love to hear from. Well, we don't have any young women listening to us. Even better again. A lot of our listenership would be women like 30 plus, we'd say, and they're like, no, we're trying everything to stay relevant and attractive.
Yeah.
Because I would tell you, you're all beautiful.
I'd miss the laughter lines. That's what I do call wrinkles. It's a laughter line.
Yeah. I would think the same thing.
I want to be able to know you're laughing without hearing it.
Ray, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
I have loads of things to talk to you about.
Go on, keep going.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to say Happy Father's Day to me or anything like that, no. Well, we'll just brush past that, okay, whatever, like.
I was actually going to say today is apparently the day the World War III is going to start.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
different angle altogether, okay.
It's Tuesday the 18th of June. It's
Who said that?
6:15. Some in Nostradamus type fella in India said today was the day World War III was going to start. Now it's 6:15.
You're sure it's not the day that Marathon became Snickers?
Or the day the Galway was invaded by the Indians.
Hashtag 10 if anyone's wondering.
Loads of things. Right. What do you call a lesbian's being burned at the stake? An LGBTQ.
This lad started to be fucking can't be nose.
I thought that was a funny joke. It's good crack.
Very good, that's them alienated. What else have you, Ray, for me?
What else? I have a repeat after me. A little game here. Let's get you warmed up here now for the big crack conversation.
And we
Repeat
want to do
after me.
fucking improv. Someone give me a place.
No.
I need a place.
Repeat after me. Red.
Yellow.
No, you're supposed to repeat after
sorry.
me. Jesus Christ.
I sometimes, Ray, wonder how I get by at all.
Red.
Red.
Yellow.
Yellow. I guessed what
Blue.
the next one was. Blue.
What colour is grass?
Green.
Okay, we're going to try that again. Repeat after me. Red.
Red.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Blue.
Blue.
What colour is grass?
Green.
Okay. Do you see where you're going wrong here? What's the instruction?
Repeat after me.
Repeat after me. Let's go again. Red.
Red.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Blue.
Blue.
What colour is grass?
What colour is grass?
Thank you.
I am so stupid.
It's now, you're not the only one now. I've seen that done to a few
No,
people.
stop. I am, Ray. Stop bigging me up. I'm a stupid fat slob, Ray.
Have you ever
and
heard a thing called straight line missions? I think that's what it's called.
No.
It's where lads, shots.
Boys, yours.
Boys, yeah.
I said boys there for straight away. Perhaps let out a little sliver there. Did you hear Kendy's homosexual?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Apparently, I just seen this as well. Straight line missions is where you basically say, right, me and you, Kendy, are going to go to Manor Hamilton. And you take a map and you draw a straight line from where we are right now to Hammer Hamilton.
Yeah.
And you literally walk in a straight line to that place. But that means you have to cross a heap of people's land and bushes and drains and electric fences and animals to get there.
I would be shot by Glencar, but go on anyway.
Yeah, but I see these lads in England are doing it, and they're literally crossing like farmers' lands to get from A to B. And the mission is you have to keep walking in a straight line. You can't turn around, you can't go back, you can't go around. Whatever you meet, you have to overcome. Would you be interested in something like that?
I mean, I see a lot of young people. We're talking about young people nowadays. They're doing shit like that. It's starting to get on my nerves.
It sounds like something I'd want to do at 11. When I was 11 years of age.
Yeah, I mean,
let's walk to Enda Clark's house and not just
like
go
we used to
straight.
walk on train tracks and stuff. I mean, I've said it about honeymoons and stuff. These people that go to Cambodia like and get fiddled with by monkeys for their honeymoon and fucking sleeping in shit and piss and
Yeah.
I just. They're a lot. They're doing a lot more than what I was doing when I was 22.
I'd like to try it with you, basically. I'd like to try a straight
You
line
wanna-
challenge.
Well, like the best thing I could do.
Like if we did it in town, we'd have to go through people's houses.
But how could you do that?
You'd
Like,
have to
what
knock
if you-
on doors
So
and get into them.
okay, here's the thing.
What if they're on home?
Like if you're taking it literally?
Yeah.
What if you walk into a wall?
Oh, you have to get over the wall.
No, but what if you walk into a house like?
You have to get round. You have to get through the house.
But
The
how?
house is in your way. You have to literally go through that house. You cannot go around it. It's good crack.
No, it's not. It's shit, right? There's not a chance.
Anyway,
Where would we go? Where would
I'd like
we
to hear
walk
from if any of the listeners are aware of these things. Get in touch.
I can't walk up Gallows Hill.
See, because it's a bit of a steep
It's an
incline.
awful fucking incline.
Did you find, on a different subject, did you find that you are in any ways, and I'm asking this because I find that I'm turning into my father. ML. I've
Why?
had a couple of incidences over the weekend where I have become him.
Right, okay. Go on. I'm interested in this now because
the first was Saturday night, where myself and Laura went to bed and we were doing our usual TikTok review, cuddling, being a married couple, etc.
look at the TikTok.
Looking at TikToks. And then Laura, out of the blue, says, "Oh, come here, did you hear about Taylor Swift's concert in Scotland? Apparently she moved the earth. Or it moved the earth, the concert." And my initial reaction was,
That's a little bollocks.
no, now, hold on now. I shouldn't have reacted like that. I now know I shouldn't have reacted like that. I reacted the way my father reacts to when my mother tells him something that she finds interesting. He dismisses it as, "She's that stupid."
I would do.
And it's not nice when you do that. To
No,
people.
it is really nice because it lets them know.
No, it doesn't.
No.
No.
No. I do that to Nicola all the time as well. It lets them know. Don't be showing me that shit.
But now, in fairness, when I actually read into it, there was truth in it. The 3 concerts that Taylor Swift did in Scotland apparently were registered on the seismic trackers they have up in Scotland, where because of so many people singing and dancing and the volume and the whole lot, that you could actually see the impact at the same time on the 3 evenings. You could actually see a seismic response from those concerts.
On a Richter scale.
On a Richter scale.
I mean,
So technically, Taylor moved the world.
Okay, so if Taylor moved the world, oh my God, she's in her moving the world era, you guys.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Careful
it's
now,
a
don't
pity
be-
she wouldn't move herself across the world without fucking a private jet.
She doesn't. She's getting the train everywhere.
She getting the train everywhere now, is she?
Yeah,
She got
yeah.
the,
She
the
got the
Glasgow
train.
Underground, did she?
She did, yeah.
Hopped
Yeah,
on
yeah.
with the fucking bag on her back. No, but it's becoming your father.
So I have 3 examples.
Oh, yeah, okay,
It gets
good.
steadily worse. Second example, Sunday morning.
I do that first one as well. by the
Okay,
way.
so you
there
do
we go.
that. I don't feel so bad now. Well, I do, because I feel like I invalidated her feelings.
Don't feel bad, Ray. We're
Okay.
men.
Right.
We are men.
They don't deserve it.
Ray, we're men. Ray, excuse me, Ray. We are men. Ray.
Sunday morning, got up and there was the cat had to be fed, and Laura had gotten slightly smaller packages of the same cat food. Right now, I didn't look at the grammage on the bigger package that we used to have. I didn't know what it used to be, and I didn't look at the one that was. I just by my eyes, I went roughly about the same size as the other ones.
Okay.
There might be just the same amount of food in the smaller package.
Okay.
It could be eco-friendly.
Yeah.
And I said, "Sure, look it. I'll give her." Laura says, "Give her 2 packets," and I said, "I don't know. 1 is enough."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have. Do you know what's funny
And
about
Laura
you saying
knew,
that?
she knew that they weren't enough, that there were less, literally even 2 packets would be less than the normal 1 packet that we give her.
I know
She
it-
had the facts here.
Do you know what's so funny?
I discounted them because I know better.
That is so. That's. I couldn't have put it better than that. Now that's what I was trying to say to you. You discount it because you still go. No, I know.
Yeah. I was wrong in
I
this
know.
case as well.
No, you were right.
No.
no, you were. No.
What do you mean? Are you
Because-
telling me I was right?
Yeah, you were right.
But
yeah.
I knew I was factually wrong because I checked it after.
Doesn't matter though.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter if you were factually wrong or not.
Right.
We work off instinct.
Okay.
Do you know?
And they should respect that.
They should respect
Even
that.
if we're wrong, they shouldn't in any way highlight the fact that we're wrong.
Yeah, women.
Yeah.
So the problem with women is they do bring a lot of facts to fellas.
Yeah.
In arguments,
You do.
but they don't make a blind bit of difference in our head though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it nearly the subject has changed. You've now said I'm wrong about
Yeah,
something.
and that's not the point.
You've undermined my credibility in the world.
Yeah, and that's not the point. The point isn't that you were wrong.
Right.
So you were right to say it, but your one is probably enough. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
I don't know, was I?
No, you were. You were
Okay.
absolutely right. Laura
Right.
is right.
Okay.
Because one would have been probably
Because
enough.
I've seen my father do this
Yeah.
at home. He, like myself, he has a certain inflated sense of self
Yeah.
regarding his knowledge on things,
Yeah.
and he'll say that's what it is,
Yeah. And it is.
and we all just have to accept that.
Fair play to you, man. Run the tight ship there.
So is it any
Emil. I'll
wonder
give you
I'm
that.
any different?
No, but it's true though. It's not right and wrong isn't as straightforward as that. Like
Yeah.
I think you were right to say Ara sure would be enough.
Wouldn't be enough. Yeah.
She'd say technically two of them is
Yeah. Nah, doesn't
Point.
matter what you think.
that's beyond the point.
Yeah. Right.
Way beyond the point. What's the third example?
Third example, then was-
You're 2 for 2 by the way.
Yeah.
Well done.
Third
You're,
example is slightly different.
You're winning this relationship.
I don't know, does anybody else have a father like me? With the onset of YouTubes and all this sort of stuff, you can look up stuff.
Yeah.
My father takes great pleasure when people come into the house.
I mean, you sound like your father now, by the way. The onset of YouTubes. Fucking hell.
That title of the episode.
Christ almighty. You sound like a local a fella in the Shannon who there's a communication bill going on and he feels like he has to say something.
YouTubes
Well,
and the
you see,
TikToks.
I have a grandchild who's using the tubes and he's on the tubes all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure about this bill now because will it stop him being on the tubes?
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
So, so on Sunday night, while Sarah Plasnator was
Yeah.
over at the house experiencing our culture, which is the watching of Love
It's
Island.
the worst culture ever. by the
Before
way.
the Love Island started, we were all sitting in the living room. Myself, Laura, Sarah, and Sean O'Reilly was there as well.
Yeah.
And we're all having a conversation.
Oh yes.
Now, I was on my
Conversing.
phone, right? So it was rude enough that I was on the phone.
Yeah.
And I happened to see a little news article about Steve Buscemi. You know Steve?
Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi.
Yeah.
Famous from Reservoir Dogs.
Fantastic actor.
But he was doing a roast of Adam Sandler. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
were doing a kind of a let's take the piss out of Adam Sandler thing.
Yes.
And in the middle of the Adam Sandler roast,
Yeah.
he said some lovely things about Adam. He said, "You're a fierce, nice fella, and I
Mm-hmm.
really love doing your movies because you're a fierce, nice fella, and you bring everybody up with you." And I would, my heart was
Wide open,
wide
yeah.
open. So it was big.
Is that the
throbbing
kind of
heart.
stuff that gets you?
I really, and I looked in and I had a little clip of what he said, and I thought, you know something, I have a funny feeling that the company I have here, which I was deliberately
Will
ignoring at the
appreciate
time,
it.
I thought they'll appreciate this, so I went to put it on the television. So immediately the television switched from the
Yes.
from the background that was there, which everybody was enjoying. I interrupted the entire conversation, going, "Look at this now, this is great." I
Now-
said to them, and they all looked at me and went, "Oh, hello, ML."
Now, Ray.
Was I right to do that?
3 for 3. Here
Oh
we
wow!
go.
So I was, yeah.
Ray, there is nothing better. The media that I consume on my telephone.
Yes.
Right? I think everyone needs to see us.
Yeah.
That is why.
And people need to have respect.
But you know why? That's why I have men's groups. I have a group on Instagram called Arse Biscuits, right?
right.
No communication happens on us. It's fellas sharing media with each other.
That could be the name of the episode too. Arse Biscuits. It's a great name.
It's from Father Ted as well.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
he
What was
says-
that again?
Jack says it at some stage.
Oh,
or
that's right.
whatever.
He does. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that group even there's only 4 of us in it,
But you respect each other's.
but it was even
entertainment.
set up without communication.
Oh.
So the group got set up by one gentleman,
Yeah.
by Kev, and he didn't say, "Lads, this is a group where we'll just share memes with each other." We all just knew.
Yeah.
And do you know why?
Right.
Because men consume the best media.
Yeah.
Women's TikToks are full of shit. Their Instagram reels are full of shit.
Yeah.
When I see something brilliant, I know the world needs to see us.
And you send it into your.
So
three
I
good
send it
friends
into
in
those
Arse
friends
Biscuits.
groups,
Yeah.
or I will often make Nicola listen.
Yeah.
Ali could be running around screaming, Nicola, you have to stop that for 1
Stop
minute.
that now.
You have to watch this thing that I'm about to show you.
Okay, so it is a man thing.
Yeah,
So
but
it's not just my father. Every man wants to feel heard.
Yeah.
So when I find something really good entertainment wise, I want to share it with my friends. It's an act of kindness.
No.
Yeah.
And you need to get some of those groups going. Have
And
you
I-
any of those
I
ring
don't,
groups?
and that's probably where I'm going wrong.
That's a disgrace.
Yeah.
We need to set one up. Brendan, I think you and Ray don't have enough WhatsApp groups. So I think we need to get one more.
Whatever you do,
No,
don't.
but the thing is, it has to be on Instagram because you have to just be able to share the Instagram reel. It can't be a link.
I actually don't think I'm in any groups. No, please don't let that be an invitation.
No,
I
everyone,
don't want to
add
be.
Ray to an
No!
Instagram group and send them your media.
I will leave politely.
And add Laura to it as
Ray
well.
McAndrew has left the group. Come here.
No, it is, but you're dead right
So
to
I
stop.
am my
have to
father
show you.
now.
Yeah, because the father The father is the man of the house.
He is. And
So-
I'm going to be the man of the house
And the
now,
thing is-
when we get rid of Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. Ray. You will have to
Sean's man
assume
now
that
at the
role.
minute, yeah.
No, but here's the thing though. It that doesn't change. So I'm a far more modern father than my father was.
Yeah.
And probably your father. And it's nothing against them. It's just that. So I'm far more
They're the earlier
obliging.
software version.
Yeah, kind of. They're like Windows 95.
Yeah, they are.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm probably Vista. I'm not that fucking far up.
No.
Do you know
Okay.
XP maybe?
Yeah.
No, but what I'm trying to say to you is I'm far more aware of Nicola's feelings and I'm far more open to letting her do what she has to do around the place because we're modern men. Like we
Giving
know,
her freedom,
We
like.
know that it's an equal relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We know it's an equal relationship and she can do whatever she wants and I most of the time have to shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like our own mothers when they said at certain stages but when it comes to something like a television, right? If there is something on that I need to watch, nothing trumps that.
Oh.
And it's unsaid. It's unsaid. If Nicola's like, I have this thing I want to watch, I have within my rights to say to her, you can't because this is on. I have to watch
I don't
this.
have that. I don't have that.
Come here. Will you ring Laura, Brendan, and ask for the keys to Ray's balls? She has them hidden somewhere.
But it's not because she has prohibited me from doing such things. I just wouldn't feel right. If Laura's sitting there watching her Bridgertons, right?
Ah, sick. No.
Oh, it's actually not a bad old show. I've watched a bit of it. So watching her Bridgertons,
Oh.
right? And I come in and I go, I want to watch Star Trek. There is no way I'm going to walk in there and say, there's a thing on I want to watch. No way.
That's unbelievable, Ray.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I just as a human being, you can't do that to someone.
No, you can't. No,
But you're telling me you
it's
can.
Not. No, it's not. Nicola can do whatever she wants all the time.
Yeah.
She runs the household.
Yeah, but she doesn't
No,
have any.
but-
You have the veto on the telly.
I have the V. That's the manliest thing you can do as an
It's
Irishman.
like a man flex.
When your father used to come home,
Yeah.
what did he do?
Oh, I see what you mean.
What did he do?
In fairness now, yes, it's all coming back to me. When my father would come in, anyone that was watching the television, they could go and shite.
Up.
It's my house, my
Yeah.
roof, I'm watching
Yeah.
the match.
Up and out.
The match would be on,
Yeah.
right? And then there'd be other, like, this is a really good one you used to have coming in. If I was in watching the television, and he may not have wanted to watch something in particular, but was annoyed about the fact that someone else was watching his telly, he says, this fella again dominating the television.
Oh, he on about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Do you know what my father used to do?
What?
When we'd come home from school, the biggest thing that used to be on at 5 o'clock every day on E4 was Friends.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And he used to say, those fucking stupid Americans laughing at each other.
American rubbish.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Americans laughing at themselves.
Undermining my taste.
That's what he used to say. But there is that thing. The man runs the control.
I'm going to try
The man
this.
runs the control in the house.
I'm going to try this tonight when I go home.
Stand up for yourself, Ray.
Laura will be watching the Bridgertons.
She'll kick the
And I'm going to say, turn that
He'll go-
off now. I want to watch Star Trek.
Oh, you'll come back with the tail between your legs, but I want to see it. Can I get Sean to video that or something? I can't wait to see this.
I'll get Sean to video it.
Oh
Oh, no,
my
Sean, go
God.
back to Cavan.
You tell her. You say to her, I want.
I'll try it. I'll record it.
But you don't
That's
have to.
what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll press the record on my phone, a little voice note job, and I'll go in and I'll record the interaction, see how we get
But
on.
the interaction rate isn't abusive or authoritative.
Okay, so I'm
because-
not supposed to hit her, is what you're saying.
Absolutely not. Please, anyone out there.
Just if it gets anywhere
Not
heated
a-
at all.
no,
Okay.
What you do, Ray, is it's not. It's
How should I
self-explained.
phrase it?
It's unexplained authority. So all you do is you say, I have to watch this thing now.
Okay.
And she should, in her role,
Oblige.
go, okay,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm scared that we've been taking the buses.
Yes, you're sending me. But you're right, though. I am not being my manly madness.
No,
I'm
Irish
being-
men control
yeah.
the TV in the
Okay.
house.
Fair enough. Okay, that's very good. I really enjoyed that that father experience.
I was glad to talk to
Is
you.
another question for you? Is 3 months' salary too much to spend on an engagement ring? And I seen this on Facebook last day, and I'm now quite happy to talk about it because me and you have already had this incident happen to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both have figures in our heads that we spent.
I'm sure you spent more than I did. You got yours custom made, you prick.
I did, yeah, but it's a lot. It sounds more expensive than it is.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
actually went to
She
the
has-
mines in
she
Africa
has-
and mined it
She
yourself.
has no, you could doubt her credentials.
I told Nicola what it cost.
Oh, did you?
Like last year.
Wow.
Like a long time
Oh,
afterwards.
that's a big thing now. Is it something couples do at some point? Does the husband inform the wife as to how much the engagement?
Yeah, 'cause
maybe
it-
for themselves, just if they want to insure it, or
Well, I have it obviously insured, and like, have you not got the documentation of your diamond, like, and where it came from? and stuff?
absolutely not. We got a postcard saying "Fair play to you. Hope you enjoy it."
Am I mental then in that? Like I bought mine in
Oh,
Worley's in town. You get documentation of what your diamond is.
Oh,
like,
I didn't get a diamond though. I got a sapphire. Is that a different
Oh,
thing?
whatever. I haven't a clue. Oh, I got a sapphire. Yeah, well, I bought her a
then-
palace.
and
Taj Mahal.
several small diamonds then surrounding the sapphire.
All right,
in a
okay.
cluster,
Can you
and
just
it's very
relax, Ray? I bought one diamond, Ray. Okay,
Oh,
and it
he's
was
bad
yellow.
to
It was yellow enough now. She wasn't fucking crystal white now.
But it's the whole thing about 3 months salary. Like you'd have to
No,
work
3
out there
months
now.
is great. Sorry, no. Obviously, if you have the ability to spend 3 months' salary on
Yeah.
it, do like I spent. Even though I'm self-employed, so it varies.
Yeah.
I spent a bad month's salary on mine. I spent a January.
You spent a January, a musician's January on your ring.
I spent a musician's January. I wouldn't spend a July. Jesus Christ, no.
I spent 2 months dole on the ring.
No, I did. No, like, but I was going to say to you, you kind of realise that it doesn't matter. Luckily, it wasn't the engagement ring, but when Nicola was going in for her C-section and they were quickly trolleying her off. Look, we're going to have to cut this baby out. Yeah, boom, you're gone.
Yeah.
She took off her 2 rings and handed them to me.
Yes.
And I lost her wedding ring.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So I lost Nicola's wedding ring. Thank God, not the engagement ring,
Yeah.
which is about
How did you lose
six
it?
times the. I don't know, sure.
Yeah.
It was such a panic at the time.
Yeah, okay, fair
But
enough.
funnily, it did put it all into perspective because I told Nicola after the surgery or whatever, like the next day, look, love you, I lost your wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I don't give a shit if you lost the car. It doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
None of that matters now.
Yeah.
So then it was after that, I was like, look, this is what I paid for your engagement ring, by the way, just in case you ever do something with it or lose it. Because they're all
But you're right though. If Laura does lose the engagement ring, we're down a few pounds.
a good few pounds.
So
yeah.
we need to insure that shit.
Like we all own a certain amount of stuff. You know, like the way they judge people's net value or their value. So
Yeah.
you look up like, Elon Musk is worth 9 billion,
Yeah.
but he's not though. Like he doesn't have 9 billion in the bank. Like.
No, it's
the
his
stuff that
possessions,
it's
yeah.
his possessions and everything that
and
he
the
owns.
value of his companies and stuff.
Yeah, the value of his companies. But we're the same then. Like so, like my value would be the price of everything.
Have you
we own.
insurance on your stuff?
I have the ring insured. I'm almost certain. Yeah, I insured
Wow.
Nicola's engagement ring,
You're so much more
I have
mature than me.
documentation as to say where it came from and all. And this is yeah. I can't believe you didn't get. You got shammed, man.
I got a lady to
Sapphire
make it.
be arse, man. That came out of a lucky bag. Have you anything else for you need to get onto?
I do, yeah. It was Sean O'Reilly's birthday.
Oh yeah,
There
the big
last
one.
week.
Thank God, everyone's like, finally they got onto it. Yeah.
And also it was Gracie Finan's birthday and it was
Twice.
Deja Dave's birthday as well.
Yeah,
So
lads,
it's happy birthday to
I-
all those people.
I was going to say all the ages, but I won't because I don't want to insult anyone. But
No.
there were 3 milestone birthdays
3
in the
milestones
same
birthday,
weekend.
yeah, and all in the one weekend.
Yeah.
But what I found enjoyable was this crack of buying birthday cakes. You buy a birthday cake for a pub event.
Oh, waste time.
You find that the cake is not eaten and it's left in the fridge.
Yeah.
So we were out on Sunday night for Sean's birthday.
That's right.
And I purchased a €4 Tesco cake, chocolate fudge.
Sorry, if you're wondering what happened on the Sunday, Sean gathered all of his closest friends and family together to celebrate with them.
Yes.
And I played and Tabby played and Dwayne played.
Yeah, and he got his closest
He
friends
got all
to
his
actually-
closest friends to actually be there.
to play at the event.
No, to be at the event,
Yeah.
and then we played.
Yeah, they did, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. I don't detect any little bit of hint of bitterness there at all.
Nah,
But anyway,
I didn't
I
give a
bought the
shit.
€4 Tesco cake and I gave it to Jack, and Jack kindly put it into the fridge.
He did.
And when I went in to get the candles, there was the remnants of about 6 other cakes.
Oh, so they are caked out of it in there. eh?
So in other words, they had a heap of birthdays over the previous week, and they were in cling film, and they were
Yeah.
in bits of cardboard, and there was old burnt out candles and wax everywhere.
It's mental.
Yeah, I woke up Monday morning because I went home a little earlier than Sean.
Yeah.
Sean and his group of friends and family had brought home all the cakes.
They brought home every cake.
They brought
though.
home
But
all the
they'd
cakes.
be delighted. They'd be delighted to get rid of all the cakes.
Why did they think that was all the cakes?
It's mental to like.
The drunken heads in them going, I'm sure all of these cakes are appropriate for Sean.
Absolutely bring every cake home when you're that out of it because no one else is going to make use of them. There's pubs up and down this country covered
Throw
in
out-
cake.
Yeah, and balloons.
Covered in cake. The country's covered in cake.
Speaking of food,
Yeah.
Megan got back in.
Good segue, Ray.
What
Nice
do you
stuff.
What do you think about his? Do you see any of his social media at all?
I see bits and pieces of it, yeah.
Yeah, I seen many photos of him having his dinner, which was always a Chinese. Is he known amongst Roscommon for the?
But sure his name-
his love is for the Chinese.
Sure, his name is me.
That's true. I never thought of that. I never thought of that.
Oh, he embraces it, Ray. He goes
Yeah.
fully in, yeah.
He puts up, like, I was kind of like, a dinner fit for a president he had on one of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Because obviously now they're saying he might run for the presidency.
Oh, sure, he eats on the ground and everything there with his legs crossed in the kimono.
That's mad.
It's a kimono Japanese. I don't even know, Korean or something. No, I'm delighted. I don't mind telling anyone this. I gave him number 1.
Did you?
And I did, of course I did. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I gave him number 1 too.
There you go.
Yeah.
You gave him number 1 too. You can only do it once now, Ray. You know that. No, I did. I know him inside out. I've known him for literally 30 years of my life. So yeah.
I have on my notes as well, Britain Insurance.
Oh yeah.
We did a gig for them
Some
Saturday
crack.
night.
Christ almighty, some
And
crack.
I have for some reason written Britain Insurance Games. It's a very odd thing to be playing at a gig.
Now,
And the room is surrounded by pitch and putt. And
can we just talk about this? We won't go too far into it because you don't want to give up their whole game, if you know what I mean. Like, but we did a corporate gig as the Atlantic Wedding Band, who
And
also do corporate
corporates.
events.
Yeah.
Yes. Book us right now, and we'll do all of your business forever. Yeah. So we did their event. One of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life was on Saturday night up in Loch Esk.
What was that?
I had to set up gear while there was a full putting green, not 2 meters away from me.
That's that tough, was it?
And people golfing all evening.
Yeah.
Ray, everything in me. I said it to Luke at one stage to put a feeler out. Am I being cheeky?
If you were to go over and get a
I kind of said, geez, I've my lead set up there. I'd love to go on and have another game of the
wouldn't have
golf.
had an issue at all.
He just passed.
No.
He was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I was hoping that you'd say, come on to hell.
And they had another thing than a bar that you hold yourself up, you hang off
Who
the bar.
can hang on it for the longest?
I thought it was a really interesting thing to have.
Savage idea.
Yeah.
You know the way at weddings, right?
Yeah.
You have your photo booth.
Yeah.
You might have your old bits of props and stuff. I'll tell you, there was a good buzz at that with all the little games going on around, because what happened then was there was kind of something going on in every corner.
Yeah. Now they hadn't a light on in the place, which was, it got very dark very quickly.
It was the best way to have it, right? Because no one wants to be looking at each other in the place like that with the stuff you'd be at.
I don't know why in the drunken head in me on Sunday night I wrote that down, but there it was.
No, but it is a good idea for anyone who's getting married out there to have little games like that. And a big shout out to Britain, can I say? Like,
they're a good company now for the crack.
For the crack is right, because they were in a big room. They're not a huge company. Like, there was probably about 50 of them there. They lifted the play. We played for 2.5 hours and DJ'd for 2 hours. They kept at us.
Were you aware that there was a culture within that company that nobody could go to bed first?
Oh, they were all afraid to do it.
They were all afraid to do it.
I saw one woman sneaking out. I said, where are you going? No,
nobody was sneaking out. No. Everybody had to stick it out, because there was two girls sitting on the stage and we were taking down the gear, and one of them was asking us where we were from, and I said, I'm from Mayo, and I said, the lads are from Roscommon, etc, etc, etc. And I said, how come everybody's still here? And they said, oh, we can't be the first to go to bed, you'd never live it down.
Unbelievable.
And I was just thinking, they come into work on Monday morning, I wonder who the first person that went to bed was.
Well, they're fired. They fired the person. Fired. Yeah, public shaming. Sorry now, George.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
Sorry now, Mary.
He's like,
you're gone.
I've been here for 20 years.
That doesn't matter. First person to go to, but imagine if that was a thing at a company thing. First
I'm the
person to go to
CEO's
bed.
son. I couldn't give a shit, man. You were in bed at 3:30. Not a chance.
I'm going to wrap up with a shout out and a film recommendation.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
Do you know what? We don't do that as much anymore. I like the old film recommendation and the TV. This is again a manly thing. I'm going to show you my media and you all better enjoy it.
Yeah, this is the film I want everybody to go and watch.
Yes.
It's a film called The Last Duel. Have you ever heard of it?
Nope.
Matt Damon is in it.
Oh,
Ben
Matt
Affleck.
Affleck's.
And the buck from Star Wars. What do you call him? Good looking lad.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, is he the good looking? The good looking lad. No, the good looking lad, the long black hair.
I don't know anything about Star
curly
Wars.
hair.
I can tell you this now. I haven't a clue. I couldn't tell you one person who's in Star Wars.
Okay, well, Brendan
I know
will have it
that
there in a
Obi-Wan
minute.
Kenobi is the little robot. That's all I know. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
He's going to find it there.
the three lads anyway were in it. This is a film about, and it's somewhere back around the 13 or 1400s in France, right?
You love the history.
Oh,
right?
I love this. Is a fantastic film about the history, right?
Right.
So it's back in the Middle Ages, and a situation occurs where you have one lad called Jean de Carouge, okay,
Right.
and you have another lad called a fella called Degree. I don't remember his first name.
His first name is Levelate.
Level 8 Degree. So Level 8 Degree and Jean de Carouge are the best of friends, and they're flat out fighting the Brits, because the Brits at the time were kind of in Normandy.
Shower
so
of
they were
balls.
French men at arms, so to speak, right? And then
Don't give up the whole film now.
oh yeah, and I won't. But John de Carouge, anyway, he meets a young lady that Jodie Comer plays her.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
And
every film, regardless, war, full documentary, this is based on a true story.
It is
the main man has to, has to write a woman.
It is based, and writing is what it's all about. Because it is based on a true story. What happened was Jean de Cruge and this Marguerite de Cruge get married.
Right.
And they're happy.
Yeah, they had it at Kilronan, I think it was.
Yeah,
it
was
had the
Kilronan,
reception.
yeah. But what happens is level 8 degree, takes a shine to John de Cruge's wife.
Oh, you're joking.
And calls over one of the days.
Does he?
And has what would you call it? Unapproved relations with her.
Yeah.
Unapproved by her.
Yeah.
Definitely unapproved by John de Cruge.
Okay.
Right? And has the unapproved relations. It's not very nice.
He's a bastard.
Yeah. Right? And she says, I'm not sticking for this. I'm going to report him to the local constabulary.
Yeah.
And she says to the husband, John Cruge, said, I unapproved relations. He gets pure vex. He's like, I can't believe this fella did this to me.
Yeah.
She's kind of standing there going, hello.
Yeah, and me as well. All
and
of
me.
us.
What about me?
Yeah,
I'm the victim here.
Yeah.
Right? So then he says, well, we're going to have at this. I'm going to have to bring it to the king. And it's one of the last recorded duels in France. So it ended up, so the way...
Bang, bang, pop, pop, skit, skis.
Feck on the horse with the big stick. Full armour job.
Oh, that is cool.
But the way they tell the story is the first little bit is John de Cruge, the truth according to John de Cruge. So they tell it from his perspective.
Yeah, there was a first reading of that last week in Mass, actually. The truth according...
Truth according to John de Cruge.
Yeah.
And then the second bit is the truth according to level 8 degree.
That was it.
And then finally...
Responsorial Sam, and then
the truth according to Marguerite. Right? And of course, clearly hers is the truth.
Yes.
Because you're kind of going...
It's two flutes
It's
fighting.
two flutes going, I didn't touch her.
Yeah. And she's there standing there going, hello.
But the way they sort it out is, there's a court case. He's very well documented. This is something that was strange about it. All the documentation from the trial came, and they asked her in the trial when this event happened that he had unapproved relations, did you enjoy it? And she said, what do you mean?
Jeez, it was definitely of its time.
Yeah, because at the time of the trial,
Christ.
she was actually pregnant.
Okay.
So they were kind of going, hold on now a second now. But did you enjoy it? Because apparently you couldn't conceive a child unless you had a thing called the little death.
Well, Ray, I'll tell you one thing. If you can't conceive a child unless you've enjoyed... Nicola, there isn't a chance that woman would ever have a baby.
Apparently back
She hadn't enjoyed a life with me, Ray, in a long, long time now.
Apparently back in the Middle Ages, science, Google it.
Okay, if you Google science.
You couldn't conceive a child unless the lady had reached
enjoyed it.
What they call the little death.
They called it a little death?
Which is kind of the...
I still have it. I've never heard of it, Ray. I've never in my life heard of it.
Most manly men wouldn't know.
Not a clue.
No.
It's a myth. It's a myth. It's a myth.
Never happens.
Never happens. Yeah. It's a myth.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've heard they can go, ooh, it's a myth. It's a myth. It doesn't happen.
So the other thing as well is apparently as a result of unapproved relations, which obviously is the R word.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Apparently you cannot conceive a child because you wouldn't enjoy that. And therefore, no way you can conceive a child. That's science. Google it.
So, your man gets away with it then, does he?
No, so it ends up anyway. They said, right, we're not going to settle this in the court. We're just going to have to settle it with a fight.
Yeah.
The two boys duke it out in this big ring, and everybody watches.
Yeah.
And I won't tell you what happens.
But you've... let's
and that's
say...
the other thing as well. The punishment. So if Degree wins, right, it proves that he was right. So if he kills your man John
So
a
grander thing above will decide.
So God has effectively decided.
Yeah.
So clearly she was lying.
Yeah.
And as the punishment is obviously a man is dead, John de Cruge, the husband.
Yeah.
And the wife is burned at the stake. So and they tell her at the trial, they say,
I was just going to say.
You do realise that people are known to possibly be alive for 20 minutes of the burning. Before
but
they actually
I was
die.
just going to say the same thing as well, because you know when they used to be Salem with the witches and stuff,
silliness.
They would say, we're going to burn you or drown you.
Yeah.
And if you really are a witch, well then you'll be able to burst out of us. And if you weren't, well then we've killed you. But it'd be this. And the other thing I want to say is that film is an hour and a half long. Ray just explained the first hour in 25 minutes. So you can skip on ahead.
But it's really good.
You can skip on ahead there into the end.
And Matt Damon is very, very good in it.
Is it on Netbox?
Ben Affleck is just himself, which he is in every film.
Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with that either.
He's got blonde hair.
Like Adam Sandler's played the same. Anyway, we won't get into it.
Yeah.
What's you said you had
a shout out?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a gentleman by the name of Paddy Curran.
Right.
He sent us a lovely message this morning. He's a truck driver.
Oh, lovely.
And apparently he does 14-hour days, 6 days a week.
That's
hard.
What you call it. Illegal. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Well, he apparently has now listened to us twice, I believe.
Christ almighty.
I know.
Imagine us in the truck, a lonely night driving through.
The whole night. The whole night driving through and just the two of us shiting on back in 2019.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Honest to God, I wouldn't.
Anyway,
couldn't.
Paddy, I really appreciate that. Your lovely
We do
message.
appreciate it, Paddy, but I wouldn't and I couldn't and I'd get checked.
And he
honestly.
said, that's it.
Listen, fair play to Brendan flicking the keys off himself.
We've one last big thing.
Go on.
We would like to, this comes out Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
We would like to wish Sean Bagnall, good friend of the podcast,
Yes.
and Ray McDermott, the finest of wedding days. I have a new suit bought. I went out and treated myself like a princess.
I went into like New Ray on Cashel Street, or what's that street on Market Street?
Yeah.
I said, wash that suit quick. We have a weekend coming up.
So the big wedding is this weekend. It's in Calry Church and then up to Sligo Park, and it's going to be fantastic.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm
It's,
going to lose the head.
it's
And
first-
again, I have a 7-month pregnant wife who said to me, I'll drive, don't
drive.
worry.
I have a wife too that'll drive.
Yup,
Now-
bugger. We're going to lose the fucking...
Yeah.
Can't wait, Ray.
Very good.
Lads at weddings, come
Lads
on,
at
Ray.
weddings, yeah.
I'm going to be drinking a creme de menthe in about half.
Another
eight.
good man gone.
Another good
to
man
say.
gone. Another one falls, Ray.
Yeah,
another one
falls.
bites the dust.
Yeah.
Done.
I'll have to have a little chat with him about the whole
Birds and the bees. Yeah, we'll explain it to
Does
him.
Lorraine enjoy it? If she does, it's a good chance you're going to get a baby. You must have at least.
good stuff.
Nicola must have enjoyed it at least once.
must
No,
have been-
twice.
It must have been me, Ray, because I didn't see a second of it. I didn't see a second of enjoyment on her face, Ray, for being honest with you.
Anyway, that was episode 2, 4,
Yeah.
not 8.
248.
Who do we appreciate?
2, 4, 6.
No, not
we'll be a
6.
long way
Yeah,
getting there now. Come here, thanks to the Sligo Show and to Pixie Productions for letting us use the room and patreon.com/Kendy Raybo Podcast if you want to watch our
and
beautiful faces.
Maeve's fantastic bar.
Now, there we go. Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The Kendy and Raybo Podcast, sponsored by Maeve's Cozy Front Lounge and the Garavo.